Hello and welcome to my channel. Hope for the pleasant day, and today I'll be taking you through the 4K Steelbook of the Crazies from Lionsgate. And first off, I've got to say it's a beautiful looking Steelbook and a bit of a nightmare to actually get. Unfortunately, Lionsgate do not deliver outside the US, so if you do want to get a copy, you have to participate in a forward mailing service or participate in a group buy or get someone to actually send it to you if you're on holiday or something. So yeah, a little bit of a nightmare. Luckily, I managed to get a copy on eBay for £45, and that did include shipping and everything, and sealed as well. This is usually going for about 50, 55 plus, so even for that price, it is pretty good. And plus, I absolutely love the film. So, of course, I will be doing a 4K review at the end of the video. I will leave a link in the description to this on Lionsgate's website. So, if you're in the US or whatever, as I said about the mailing service and everything, you can get it through that. So yeah, I will leave a link in the description to that. So anyway, only one thing left to do, and that is let's unbox this.
Not flesh. Hasta la vista.
Right, so let's get this open. It's got my handy little penknife here, perfect for fighting off infected, or at least one at a time. It depends on the situation, so just thinking the best way to actually cut into this. Probably with this little dip just there. And the most important thing is, do not cut it towards you, because you'll actually cut yourself, and you don't want that. Then again, it goes with the theme of the film, so you could say it is that as well. So yeah, that was actually surprisingly easy to actually get off. You got a little write-up about the film there. And of course you got a little write-up about all the stuff included, which is actually quite a few things. I mean, usually with these sort of steelbooks, I don't usually include too much, but yeah, there's plenty there. Lionsgate Extra, so you have got a commentary track, you have got a Sculpture in the Horror of the Crazies alternative ending, which I don't think I've actually ever seen. Technical aspects, you've got Dolby Vision and Atmos, no audio, but from what I've read, the audio track on this is amazing, so really excited to check that out. Yeah, you've got the front there, which has got a nice sort of glare through the lenses, which all just works really, really well. So it's a quite a shiny looking slip cover. You've got the Crazies written there. On the side there, you've got the other side of the soldier. And yeah, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, that's the slips. So the characters sort of fit through the lens there, as you can see. And matey on the back, I think, was called Russell. He sort of blends in through it, so yeah, it all works very well. So that is the digital code, so feel free to use that. Pause the video. I don't know if that'll scan it either, so no, that's plenty of time. So you've got different coloured discs, which is always nice. So there's your 4K, and you've got someone in a cell, and you've got matey at the beginning with the pitchfork. No, actually, no, it wasn't a pitchfork, it was a shotgun. No, I think it was the same character though, but yeah, the Crazies, and that is the Blu-ray, which does contain a Dolby Audio track. There's your interior artwork, so they're sort of doing a reconnaissance of the town and everything, and yeah, that's the same with the plane, which is pretty cool. And there's the front and the back of the Steelbook, and I just noticed there's a few dins, but not to worry, which is in a really funny place to be honest, so I'm not actually going to complain just because of that. But yeah, it is a very glossy looking steelbook. It is a wraparound as well, and yeah, I've got all the characters there. So you've got David, you've got Judy, and you've got Russell there wielding a shotgun. So yeah, all works very well, and it does weirdly make it look like a zombie film, even though they're not actually zombies or anything. But yeah, that is some beautiful looking artwork, and yeah, what an absolute amazing addition to add to the collection. So very happy. So on to the review. Right, so I've just got back from testing out the 4K for the Crazies, and just as I thought, it is a very impressive looking 4K, and yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be anyway, but yeah, it really sort of blew out of the water, if that makes sense. I mean, Lionsgate do some amazing 4Ks anyway, and obviously it's going to be no different. So I think we'll start off by talking about the Atmos track, which I've got to say I was pretty impressed by. As soon as you stick the film on, you're sort of presented with the town on fire, and you've got this big sort of ball of flame. And yeah, even the bass on that alone really stands out. as well. And in that is just the opening scene. You're not going to get too many big explosions or stuff like that in the film, but when it does happen, it really does test out your sound equipment. It is that good. And I did find also the dialogue mixed with the music and everything going on, the craziness. It's all really consistent. Never feels flat or anything. Dialogue never feels too low either. So they've done a great job clearing that up. So I will just show off the bit at the beginning. So another thing to talk about is, of course, the Dolby Vision, which looks just as impressive as it does with the Atmos track, and just those combined, it's just a really impressive experience. So as soon as you get past the credits and you move on to the scene where they're all on the field, you get a good sense of the color grading. There's a lot of deep greens in there. It almost has like a yellow look to it. I mean, it seems to be a common theme back when films like this came out. Everything sort of had this sort of brown looking filter, which I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, I don't think it's ever been explained, but yeah, it looks very nice. Even when you move on to the more violent scenes where you got, people getting murdered and everything, you get a good sense of the reds on that as well. And yeah, it looks incredible. It really does. And another thing to talk about is the grain structure. I always remembered when it first came out, it was always a very grainy looking image. They've done a very good job of clearing this up. It felt very soft, the grain on it, and it never felt too heavy at any point, even in the darker areas. So they've done a marvelous job clearing up as well. So I will just show off the opening.
Stay there. Boys, get in the dugout. Get him in the dugout, principal.
So the thing that probably impressed me the most with the 4K is, of course, the black levels, which I've got to say are absolutely amazing. They really stand out compared to the rest of the film. I know you've got a good Atmos track and color grading. But yeah, the black levels are a whole nother level. It's interesting. It sort of has an almost green tint to it compared to like a normal black. And yeah, it really does stand out. Gives it a sort of more interesting look to it compared to the rest. They never feel dull at any point. It's very deep, full of detail, just like the rest of it when you compare it with the color grading and everything else. So overall, very impressed with that, which I will just show off quickly. So overall, would I recommend this 4K? Absolutely. It's never looked better. At least I don't think else. I mean, I've only ever seen it on the Sky. Sort of, that's going to be like basic sort of DVD quality. But yeah, they've done an amazing job clearing this up. Can't really comment on the Blu-ray as it is region locked. But yeah, take my word for it. The 4K, it looks incredible, and you will not be disappointed if you decide to pick this up. If you can actually get a copy, that is. If you're not in the US. So overall, very impressed. So yeah, that is my unboxing / 4K review of the Crazies, and yeah, I am very happy. So yeah, anyway, one thing left to say, and that is I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you again. Goodbye.